Hey everybody, how you doing? Michelle here from BatshitCrazy. I hope you're having a fab weekend. We actually have some blue sky and sunshine up here in the Pennines in the north of England. It's amazing! Spring has finally arrived. And I've been out on my fresh air bath, connecting to nature, connecting with my pooch, taking the time to connect with myself and my thoughts like I do at the weekend. As you know, I don't post much live or here in the group or anything on the weekend. I take a bit of time out, and sometimes I even log off technology completely and have a detox. But I've just been walking for the last couple of hours and just taking in all the sights and smells and sounds, all the beautiful. Spring's my absolute favourite season. And I was just reflecting on a conversation I had with a really good friend yesterday who is in business and has for the last few months been facing some really big challenges. Some humongous challenges, and having to make some really big decisions. And I've been trying to support her in that, obviously, because she's a friend. And we got to talking about it yesterday, and she's sort of come to the end of it now. The decisions have been made, and so we were taking time to reflect. And again and again we come back to this thing about connection and disconnection. And we talked about the reasons why she has struggled so much with making these decisions and coming to these resolutions. And we talked about wherever there's attachment, there's resistance. Wherever there's attachment, there's resistance. And particularly in the West, we get so attached to things rather than to people and to ourselves and to emotions and being in touch with ourselves. We're sort of conditioned almost to be attached to things and stuff. And she has what is at the moment a fixed premises based business, and she had become really attached to that idea of having a place and having a structure and all that sort of, having a fixed premises and that structure and that sort of it was perceived to be a sort of proper business because she was in a fixed premises. And although that brought with it enormous burdens and responsibilities and restrictions around how she ran her business, there was still this attachment to it, or attachment to the idea of it, or the essence of it, that was causing some real resistance. But when she worked on, and when we worked on together on shifting that attachment, breaking that attachment, becoming disconnected, because being disconnected sometimes can be a hugely positive thing. And we really talked a lot about her getting disconnected from the idea of this thing that was a business, and disconnected from her perception of it, and from the idea of other people's perceptions of it. And when she finally got disconnected from that, from the idea of this package of a business in a premises, and got reconnected to herself and her true calling and her true purpose, her resistance loosened, her resistance went, and that connection broke. She became disconnected in a really positive way from all of those restrictions and perceived ideas and responsibilities and the burden of it all, and really connected to self and true purpose and to what she was doing, and realised that actually she just didn't need to be in that situation. She could run a business perfectly well without having fixed premises, with all those responsibilities, the contracts and the financial responsibilities and all of that brings. Pooch is trying to get in on the act here, can you see him? I'm supposed to be connecting with him, and he's reminding me I'm supposed to be connecting with him. So yeah, I was just reflecting on my walk today, on when I take time out of the weekend, particularly when the weather's glorious like this, to connect with nature, which is really important to me, as you know, and connect with my pooch, my pal, and connect with myself and reconnect with my thoughts and sort of reflect on the week. And I was really reflecting on this conversation I was having with my good friend, who has just made huge and very brave decisions about completely restructuring, reshaping her business, I'm really very, very proud of her for what she's done, because she's disconnected from a lot of negatives about it when it was fixed premises based, with lots of financial responsibilities and burdens, and she has reconnected to her true calling and herself and her purpose and what's important to her, and started to put herself first, which is really important, you know, connected to her and her needs, and has realised that she really doesn't need to have all that in order to be perceived to be a businesswoman. You know, she's realised that what's really important is her running her business the way that really suits her, that suits her needs and her family's needs and her wants and desires. She's kind of gone back to basics, and we've talked lots and lots and lots over the last few months about reconnecting to that. And yeah, I was just reflecting on all of that and how this connectedness thing comes up over and over again in our lives, in our relationships, in our businesses, in our work. And that was just a great example of it, and I just thought I had to share that with you. So I hope you're connecting over the weekend. I hope you're connecting to nature, because I really passionately believe that that is so important to our well-being, our holistic well-being. I hope you're doing that. I hope you're connecting to like-minded souls. I hope you're connecting to the ones you love, and most of all, I hope you're connecting to yourself and to you, to your true core, and to your thoughts, and getting some perspective and having an all-round kind of wonderful time. Have a fab rest of the weekend. Just had to share that with you, and I'll catch you next week. Take care. Bye.